Hi, Alan.
Nice to meet you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, and you?
Brilliant, yeah, great.
Alan, so I've got a few questions to you, and the first question is, I know that you like fishing different style like the rest people, because I think when I'm watching your movies, I think that the best method for you and your favorite is the fishing from the stalking and fishing from the surface. Can you tell few viewers what do you think about that, and why from time to time sometimes you leave everything what you've got in the pack, take one rod, go around the lake and try to find the fish?
Of course, you can't always stalk. Yeah, sometimes you must sit and wait. We say sit on your hands and wait. But there are many times when I don't believe the fish are feeding. Yeah, you have small windows where maybe in the morning they feed, the evening, the night, but the rest of the day the fish are chilling. Yeah, maybe they're swimming around the lake, and it's at these times when there is other opportunities. So I will leave my swim, take one rod and go hunting, and just keep walking round and round and round, just looking for an opportunity. Most other fishermen, they sit and wait for the next bite time to come round. I don't. I go and try and find some fish that I might be able to catch, then get back to my swim ready for the next bite time. And it doesn't always work, but in the whole of a year, if you do this all the time, you catch a lot more fish.
Yeah, I know. My another question is, Alan, I've been fishing in UK good few years, and if we're talking about fishing from the surface, everybody thinking that only method from the summer. But I'm caught a lot of fish even in October, in August time. So can you explain why that's happened?
The fish do not always spend their time at the bottom at all. And it only takes, for example, maybe in October, November, even December, when it's very, very cold, you might have one day of bright sunshine. Fish, carp especially, love the sun. They love the warmth on their back. So even on a very cold day, if you have a nice day of sun, those fish might move into the shallows just to have some sun on their back. And when they're in the shallows, you put the Polaroid glasses on, you can find them, you can look for them, and as you say and know yourself, even in the bad conditions, you can still catch them on the surface.
Yes, Alan, and I think that if we've got a good opportunity to fishing in coldest months for a surface, that's good point that also we should have a bite on the Zigrig.
For sure, mate. If you talk about winter fishing full stop, so let's say from December through till March, for me, I understand that the carp's metabolism, they shut down. Yeah, their bodies slow right down, almost like hibernation, and they do not need to feed anymore. They feed in the autumn, they build up their fat reserves, so they don't have to feed in the winter. The only chance you really have of getting them to put something in their mouth is when they sit. If this is the top of the water and here is the bottom, the fish are in the middle somewhere, very slowly sitting there, is to fish with a Zigrig close to them. And maybe, just maybe, they will go to the Zigrig and put it in their mouth. They are not interested in boilies or particles or pellets. This is your best chance in the very, very cold weather of still catching fish.
All right, thank you very much, Alan, and I hope that we're gonna soon. We know where.
And I'm going to come and see you in Poland. Maybe have a go on your lake.
All right, thank you very much. Bye.
You, mate. Have a great day.
All right, thank you. You too. Hello, Steve.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Steve, I've been watching last time your fantastic video from the last 30 years of Cassien in France, and first of all, congratulations, because that's the best video that I ever saw. That's the fantastic story between two people. That's fantastic story about love. You are a happy man that your wife loved that what you're doing, and you can spend time with her.
Yeah, we're very lucky that we both have the same passion in fishing, and we loved Cassien. From the first time I went there, I fell in love with the place, and it was the same for Joan, my wife, and so we spent many happy years fishing there. And I was lucky that I kept some of my old video stuff. It was put away in a drawer and I didn't see it for 15 years. And the guys at Nash said, "Do you have any old stuff?" And I said, "Yeah, but I don't know what it is." And they took it away and they come up with this fantastic video. And the reaction from everyone, all different countries, has been amazing. And I didn't expect that. I really didn't expect that. I thought, they want to see new stuff. They don't want to see the old stuff. Actually, because of the way the guys put it together and everything else, it came across really well. So I'm really happy, really pleased that everyone likes it.
Steve, I've got a question to you about fish would live there. Steve, what do you think? Because you spent a lot of time there, did you catch all big fish, I mean fish over 25 kilos on the Cassian, or maybe a few fish still is there and never gonna be on the mat?
Over the years, there were always many fish that I wanted to catch. Some I did catch, lots I didn't catch really. There was always one big one in there all the time. But they never lasted very long. You know, the original big fish when I was there, maybe after 2 or 3 years it died. Then another one come along, that died. You know, and it's like a conveyor belt. And over the years, there's always been big fish in there, but they're always changing. So I've tried to catch as many as I could, but it was never easy because really you're looking for maybe 5 or 10 fish from thousands, and you know, on a very big lake. But that was part of the excitement, the attraction. You know, that there was always new fish to go back. You would see pictures of fish that grew maybe 10 kilos very fast. You know, went to 20 kilos, then to 30 kilos very fast, and then they become the target fish. So that always kept me excited to keep going back.
Yeah, because sometimes, for example, in UK situations that any carp, any fish is catching, for example, 2-3 times a year, then can switch off on any few years, and this fish after a few years start feeding properly and is catching again.
Yeah, it's something I've seen a lot on all places. I mean, certainly in England where I fish, it happens a lot. You know, some fish, you don't see them. Some people think they're dead, or and they don't get caught for 1 or 2 years sometimes. But then normally when they do get caught, like, they're bigger. They put on weight, so they've still been feeding, but I don't know if it's the way they feed or they understand we're trying to catch them. I'm not sure, but for whatever reason, maybe they get lost a couple of times. But sometimes they can go a long time without being caught. Other fish, they can be caught 10, 12 times a year. I guess fish are like us. They're all different. A carp isn't the same as the next carp. They're all different in their minds.
It's the same like every people are different.
Yeah. Like I like cream cakes all the time, and
But I don't like it.
I would be easy to catch if I was a carp.
All right, Steve, another question. I know that you've been fishing in Poland before on few different lakes. What do you think about Polish waters, Polish venues?
I actually really love Poland. You know, I'm not just saying this, but the people are so lovely, so friendly, and you've got some really good waters with some nice carp. Actually, I mean, my favourite carp ever was one caught in England, close to my home. But my second favourite carp was one from Poland. I fished a lake called Lubnowica. Very wild. We didn't know about the carp, if there was any carp there. And after 5 days, I caught one, and it was one of my favourite carp.
All right, thank you very much, Steve, and I hope that, what can I wish you? I wish you a lot of big fish in this year, and of course, maybe new 40, because you didn't catch fish over 40 kilos.
No, that is my dream.
That's your dream, but you know that is not a lot of places on the world where you can find this fish and catch this fish.
No, it's a difficult one, but I'll keep going, I'll keep trying, never give up.
All right, thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you very much.